Once upon a time, life was good, and then I got accepted to university. The classes are harder, so my grades are slipping. The common space is always dirty, so there are always roaches everywhere. And worst of all, I'm always broke, so I can't even build muscle. Ever since I was a kid, I've always been a picky eater, and that's fine if you are a kid. But as a uni student, that just amounts to starvation. I had to lock in and stop that nonsense or die because I'm broke and I can't afford the food that I generally eat at home. Anyway, the plan was simple: eat whatever food is available, whether I like it or not. And somewhere along the way, I gaslit myself into thinking I liked this food. In actuality, I really didn't. I knew for a certain that I didn't like those foods because when I was at home, say food item was available in the fridge or in the cabinet, I would genuinely go out of my way to avoid it. The first item on this list is a food item I'm genuinely convinced no one likes, and we're all only eating it as a society because it's cheap and easy to make. It's polony. I swear on my life I've never had anyone say they actively go out of their way to eat bologna. And if you do exist, comment down below so I can shame you, dog. Anyway, as a uni student who doesn't have that much time to make healthy balanced meals, polony is basically a cheat code for a quick lunch. Just cut a slice, throw in some sliced cheese, and we are good for the next couple of hours. Honestly, I don't think I could survive this uni life without bologna because for some reason my body in the last 2 years developed this habit of having protein with every meal, and if no protein is involved, I feel not hungry per se, but generally unsatisfied. It gotten to a point where even when I'm eating a peanut butter and jam sandwich, I have to cut some bologna on the side just so I can feed my protein craving. That being said, bologna is a mystery to me. I don't know what it's made of and I prefer to keep it that way. I know it's gonna be some weird leftovers that stores can't sell as individual meat pieces. I'm thinking like eyeballs, genitals, lungs, hearts, and whatever other horrors. But because I don't know for sure, I can ignorantly keep munching. The second item on this list is oatmeal. At some point, I realized that milk was hella expensive, which meant I had to stop eating cereal, which was my cheat code for breakfast. I'm not starting my day starving, at least not every day, so I needed to find a cereal substitute that required no milk. And ladies and gentlemen, that's how we got to oats. Since you can eat it with milk, water, or yogurt, it made for the perfect sub. Obviously, milk is out of the question for me. Oatmeal with just water is basically the equivalent of eating cooked horse feed. And don't get me wrong, I have a lot of similarities with horses. We're both majestic, we both wear shoes, we have killer smiles, and we're both. But that's where all the similarities end. Our diets could not be further apart. So I started buying plain yogurt, which is, yes, more expensive than milk, but it also lasts way longer, at least for me, so the cost kind of balanced out to something reasonable. That said, we always have oats at home and I've never ever touched it when I'm there. It's honestly the inspiration for this video. By the way, the thing about me not being able to eat a meal that protein also applies here. I usually eat oats with eggs or sausages on the side. Moving on to our number 3 item, canned or tinned meat of any kind, whether it be canned beef or tinned fish. This is my go-to struggle meal dinner, and I only eat it when times are rough, and I mean rough with a capital F. I remember one time I gambled away my allowance with 10 days before my next one, and before you judge me, I only did it because I knew for sure I had enough food to last me until the next one arrives. I don't endorse gambling. Anyway, in those last 8 days, I only had one meal for dinner, and that was tin fish, specifically sardines, every single day for 8 days. This took place last year, and I'm not gonna lie, it scarred me. Ever since then, I think I've only eaten tinned fish like 3 more times in the past 8 months. Those 8 days were hell. I genuinely don't get how fish goes from being so good when it's fresh and caught to being so bleh when placed in a tin. This year, like last year, I still do have tin fish, but only because it's the number one backup for long-time stored protein that can reasonably be eaten 2 years later, probably. So it's good for emergencies. That being said, I've only eaten it once this year, and it's mostly because I was too lazy to make a proper dinner. My number 4 food item might seem kinda controversial and it might offend some people. It's chicken. Yeah. I remember how I mentioned that I was a picky eater as a kid. This is what I meant. I hated chicken as a child. I didn't eat the chicken cooked at home. I didn't eat the chicken cooked at fast food places. Unless it was a wrapper or a chicken patty. Chicken nuggets or chicken wings or any other part of the chicken was a no-no for me. But my life did change one day when family and I were in Cape Town for a holiday, and the hotel we were staying at had some kind of chicken stew as the chef's special for the day. By that point, I had been staying at the hotel for about a week, and somehow the chef and I got closer, mostly because I was a picky eater, so he more often than not had to make food specifically for me. So I had developed a trusted bond for him and his culinary skills. So naturally, I gave his chicken stew a try. The moment I took a bite, it felt like... That was probably 8 years ago, but the fact that I can still recall it tells you everything you need to know about the taste of the chicken, bro. It was so good. Plus, it was also the moment I realized my family kinda sucks at cooking chicken. Anyway, I get to uni and realize beef is expensive and the only cheap substitute is chicken. So I gaslit myself into liking chicken by eating it almost every day for 4 months straight. Now I'm at a point where I can appreciate fast food chicken spots like Nando's, KFC and Chicken Licken. My favorite chicken spot is probably Pedro's, but specifically the one in PTA CBD. And my runner-up would be Chicken Licken. Funny enough, if my chicken appreciation had just come a few years earlier while I was still in high school, I would have scored myself a date with a very beautiful girl. But that's a story for another day. For now, those are the foods I gaslit myself into liking, and if you have any similar experiences, feel free to comment down below and share your story.